The opinions expressed on this program are those of the program host and guests and are not necessarily those of this station, management, staff, and sponsors. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Crown Car Care Show. Call in with questions and comments, 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Now, here's your host.
It's to you.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I was reading about an electric vehicle.
You were. Do tell.
Interesting. Well, today is the 11th of
Yes.
the 11th of October.
Yes.
Around the corner is Halloween, Thanksgiving,
Yes. And then
Christmas.
ho ho ho.
Yeah. Well, and we've got to get his sleigh going.
Yeah,
You know, we're still in developmental stages. We're still not out of production.
that's right.
So
Yeah.
we don't know what we're going to
It'll-
do. We've got a problem because
Well-
that sleigh is so heavy.
But that's why God invented nights and weekends.
Well,
So-
imagine if we went full electric. He could stop at the fast charging stations
yeah,
if they worked.
if they worked.
And that's what I was reading about.
Yes. Yeah. Ooh.
I was reading about this is a great little story. Motor Trend, which used to just be a magazine, but
Yeah.
now it's a whole multimedia company that has all different avenues of information distribution, not just the
Right.
printed word. I love the printed word because it's what I'm used to, and it
Even
assimilates in my brain better.
Yeah.
So there was a feature story in the November 2023 issue of Motor Trend. The editors and the writers deliberately drove a Rivian until it completely ran out of juice. It would go no further. And one of the funniest parts of the whole story is they have an emergency release cable that allows you to, when the thing goes dead, I guess the door won't open for the charging. So you have to pull an emergency release cable. Well, here's what happened. At this point, a Rivian tech thought to ask if we'd pull the emergency release cable under the hood. Remember that? Yes, we had, and suddenly everything was clear. As we mentioned earlier, the release is meant to free a stuck charging cable, not open the charge port door. Pulling the emergency cable manually releases the locking mechanism in the charging port so you can unplug. Turns out if you pull on the cable too hard, especially when the truck isn't plugged in, you can break the locking mechanism, which is exactly what we did. So they double jinxed themselves. Not only did they run out of juice, but they ruined it so they couldn't charge at that point. So the locking mechanism is essential to fast charging. Without it, the truck won't initiate a fast charge. And they had pulled it so hard they broke it. Instead, it'll only accept a slow level 2 charge. Even if that public charger we went to had been working properly, we still wouldn't have been able to charge because we inadvertently broke the truck. So apparently when you pull the cable too hard, you can't do any kind of charging.
Oh my goodness.
So here's what Rivian subsequently told us. It's working on adding a warning label near the emergency release cable to clarify its purpose and advise users to pull gently. Wording in the owner's manual is being updated as well. So in other words, you pull the cable, it's an emergency cable, you pull it too hard. Now you can't charge the thing at all.
Sure. It kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Right. So now they had to have a toad and everything. It just tickles me. I mean, an emergency cable, why would you make it so weak? And if you're in a panic situation,
Right.
you're going to pull that thing hard. And there's a way to make it robust.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So needless to say, this entire article, if anyone wants to read a good article about the hidden downsides of electric vehicles, and it's the charging.
It's the
quirkiness of the charging and the third-party charging stations out there. Read this article or go online and get it. I don't know if you can get it free online. Probably not, but get the magazine. It's, the magazine paper smells like the old school magazines.
Yeah.
If you can hear me, I'm doing this. I can flip through it.
Yeah.
Here the paper. It's real paper. So I love real paper. Yeah. It's probably made from renewable trees. So
sure.
We like it. There's also a great article on the new Dark Horse from Ford, which
is that a movie?
Yeah, a Batman movie,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I
And that
think
was
so.
Dark Knight, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
The Dark Knight. I bet
Mm.
they kind of stole it from that
Could be.
because it's very esoteric and
Yeah.
stealthy and dark,
Yeah.
but very interesting.
It
So-
looks like something Batman could drive.
Yes, and they also, it's over $100,000. This Dark Horse, which is similar to what I have, is the Shelby GT350. I have it's similar, but it's a regular Mustang.
Mhm.
But they're also coming out with a vehicle that's over $300,000. I think I showed you a picture of that front.
Yes.
It's called the Ford GTD, and it's going to be. They're going to make about 300 of them.
So let me ask you this: if you're going to ask $300,000 for a car, you think you can do better than just giving it kind of not even an acronym? What, just the numbers and a couple of letters?
It's GTD, and GTD is actually the class of racing in a worldwide racing network. That's the class that they
so
call
you
it.
have to be into that
Oh, yeah,
mindset.
Yes.
All right.
So,
But for a consumer to see that, I mean, they want to see a product name, I would think.
yes. Product names are everything.
Right.
Yeah. So
But that's just me.
interesting though.
Yeah.
And the new dash layout on the Mustangs is all like flat screen, nothing analog, which goes against what I like. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It just
Right.
means it's my preference. I like analog gauges.
Yeah.
It's me though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why the Pontiacs, I think, sold as long and as well as they did because
Yeah.
they were so well instrumented with their gauges.
yeah, wonder what the Fauci is. That new model.
Oh,
that
the Buick Fauci.
Yeah. What does that have gauges?
No. They have to ask for permission from the teachers union.
So
Yes.
because I know we've been pushing that Fauci over the course of a couple of weeks, and it's quite a model.
It is.
Yes. It's,
Yikes.
and you can't nail it down. It's
No.
very shifty on everything. Similar to Fauci,
Well, it could be.
right?
Yeah.
So, any news this week on the electric front?
We do have a little bit of news, and then we're going to talk about Crown Car Care.
There we are.
So the UAW strike in Detroit has just entered a new phase. A group called Unifor, I guess that's the name of the union.
Sure.
They reached a tentative agreement with General Motors, putting the strike action on hold. So that's great news for GM. Now, generally speaking, when one of the automotive manufacturers makes an agreement, generally the other
Go along with it.
along with that. Yes.
And it is a problem. We were talking about it off the air that there's a point when labor costs get so high you become uncompetitive.
Right.
I think they're at that level. I do.
Mm-hmm.
You've got startup companies like Tesla or you name it, other ones that their labor costs are lower.
Yeah.
Even foreign vehicles, Toyota.
Mm.
I don't think there's unions in Japan. I don't think so. And if there are, though, it's probably heavily regulated federally at
Yes.
their level.
Yes.
And it doesn't become excessive. I think
Right.
labor costs become excessive with benefits here in the United States.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's not that you don't want people to have a good life, the
right.
workers, but you get to a point where it's diminishing. You're hurting your own self.
Right.
Would you rather have average wages or above average wages for a lifetime? Or would you rather have great wages for a short period of time, knowing that your job is going to be eliminated eventually?
Yeah.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
And some people don't see those choices.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Well, I think it's more than coincidental that Elon Musk built those Tesla bots. These are humanoid-looking robots that have dexterous ability.
Oh, interesting.
They can do human-like functions.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking it's more than coincidental
Yes.
that assembly lines can be augmented by robots working with the robots that are already
being
in
used.
use
Sure.
on the assembly line.
And I'm sure that with robots, I'm sure that there's still humans needed at a different level of
Correct.
of job description.
Right.
So
Supervisory.
it would be
Right.
retraining.
Right.
I think a lot of this has to do with stubbornness. And when you're in a large organization, whether it's a union or any type of large organization, you get groupthink, you get myopic vision where you're not really seen outside your area of specialty of what you're representing, like a union's representing a group of workers. Sometimes you can't see past that. And all you're doing is striving to get them the best, which I don't blame them.
Right.
But sometimes it can be more damning than it can be, winning for the organization, whether it be a union or small organization that represents workers. Because you have people that represent workers that aren't unions that still represent them.
Right.
I know the teachers union, though, just going through the COVID thing, we saw the teachers union heavily embattled with, at the time COVID took place, we had the history of the United States and how it was to be taught.
Oh, yeah.
Something like 1792 project or something. I think there was a big argument with that. And I think the teachers union was 1492. But it really, who loses is everybody.
Right. Yeah.
That's who. And this is a perfect example of what is going to happen with this strike or averting a strike with higher wages. It just doesn't work.
No. Yeah. It
doesn't work.
It's a short term. It's a Band-Aid. It doesn't solve the problem.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, we have this show. We're going to talk about all the services that my 2 repair shops provide. Of course, you've been a regular listener of mine. You've discovered that we have 2 locations in Martin County. Been in business, well, I think 17 or 18 years. I'd have to count exactly, but that number is close. Serving Martin County. If you want to find out about me, go on Google or go on some reviews and take a look. You're going to find that there's always some bad ones, but there's 90% of them, 99% of them are all solid.
Yeah.
Because we say what we do, and if we don't do what we say, we correct it so it matches. And that's the sign of a business that cares, and we care at Crown Car Care. We have 2 locations. We have one on Cove Road, almost in Hope Sound. It's going towards the ocean side of Cove Road. On the left-hand side of the road as you turn from US 1, about 3/4 of a mile down on the left. You can't miss it. There's cars everywhere. A big sign, big monument sign out front that says Crown Car Care, and it lights up at night. And I have a location in Palm City. The Palm City location is on the corner of pretty much 42nd Street, which is a traffic light, and Martin Highway or 714. A little bit past. There's a construction going on there. They're widening the road, but won't stop you from getting in there. No. It's well worth the visit. And what kind of services do we provide at Crown Car Care?
Yes.
They've expanded over the years, Frank. We didn't used to do tires. Now we do tires.
Sure.
I mean, I sell tons of tires.
I know, it's amazing.
And you know why? Because we look at each car individually and make the right choice.
Right.
Whereas, as opposed to selling what we have. Every car today, it didn't used to be this way. If my radio show was 1995, their choice of tires and sizes was quite small compared to what it is now.
Isn't that amazing?
The tire, I mean, we could have 2 or 3 shows just on tire technology and what's changing and what is offered for vehicles. You've got the tires that are specific to electric vehicles and hybrids. You've got the hyper mileage tires that are used on hybrids that give you better gas mileage. You've got SUV tires. You've got low profile tires. You've got speed rated tires. You've got regular passenger tires. You've got trailer tires. You've got different plies and thicknesses of the tires depending on the weight of the vehicle. Like, for example, if it's a pickup truck, is it a 3/4 ton pickup truck? Is it a 1/2 ton pickup truck? Is it a full ton pickup truck? What kind of tires are they? Well, they're all different. And what we do is look at the vehicle before we offer the choices. And that's the key that we do at Crown Car Care that I can tell you is different than almost any, whether it's a tire store or any other repair shop.
Right.
I will forego a tire sale to just put something on a car as opposed to getting what's correct on a car, because you have to live with that tire. Tires generally last, I don't know what, Frank, anywhere from 15 to 45, 50,000 miles a tire.
Correct.
Set of tires can wear.
That's I think, right on.
Right? And you got to live with this thing after the sale.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you got the right tire, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's cheaper or more money, the right tire. And sometimes the correct tire is less money. It all depends.
The correct tire is going to wear better.
Wear better, which is going to give you miles per tire cost at a better number, right? Because when you buy a tire, and get it mounted and balanced, which is another thing that's critical. The mounting and balancing is critical.
Yeah.
We have both stores have the same Hunter Road Force balancer, which are about $50,000 a piece. I'll repeat that, $50,000 a piece for a tire balancer. We have one at each store. It's that important. It's critical.
Yeah.
If you're going into a place to get tires and they don't have a good tire balancer, yeah, you're going to get by, but it's not going to be the same experience after you drive off.
Yeah.
There could be some variations in the way it rides over the road. It could be vibrations and hiccups and bumps and who knows.
Yeah.
But every tire gets a Road Force balance at both our stores. Do we stock some tires? Yes, more common sizes. But for the most part, if you come in with I don't know, let's say you come in with a BMW M3, there's a tire that's specific to that car, different brands, but you're going to need to get the right tire for that car. And it's well worth coming in and talking to our experienced service writers to look up the choices and the prices and see what's available, because not everything's available.
Yeah.
That's the other issue. There's supply issues still going on in the world.
Sure.
So making the right choice on a tire is critical. And that is one thing I can tell you at Crown Car Care. You can trust and understand that we are going to give you the right choice. It's your choice whether you want to buy it or not, but we're going to give you the right options at Crown Car Care. So that's tires. And we didn't used to sell tires. It's fairly new.
Mm-hmm.
Both of my stores do it. And we have alignment machines, which is anytime you get a set of tires, you want to check your alignment. We have the top of the line, the best that Hunter makes. Hunter, which is an engineering company out of St. Louis, Missouri. They're right by the airport. I've been in their parking lot. Long story, but I've been in their parking lot.
Okay.
And engineering company, and they make alignment machines, which is measuring just the placement of the tire in relative position to the car.
Right. So they use lasers, right?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. And both stores have the same alignment machine. Those are, I think, $60,000 or $70,000 a piece.
Mm.
And I have one at each store.
Wow.
Critical that you have them.
Yeah.
You might as well not do it if you don't have the right technology. If you're going to come in with a $50,000 or $60,000 car, you want to make sure that the people doing the service are using the right equipment to service your vehicle. And at Crown Car Care, we have that right equipment. Brakes are another thing that we offer. We've always done brakes at Crown Car Care. It's a wear item that's, again, the right choice of the pad, the right choice of the rotor. Knowing what to see and what to do is critical. And at Crown Car Care, both of my locations, remember I said that there's one on 42nd Street and 714, and there's also a location on Cove Road. Either store, you can be assured that you're going to get a qualified technician looking at the vehicle, making a good assessment of the vehicle, and you're going to get a fair price from our service writers that are going to present you with your options.
Nice.
And that's interesting that you're presented with options, because not everything is just one choice.
Like, take it or leave it.
No, it's not the way we operate.
Good.
We offer brakes, electrical repairs, whether it be the charging system, the battery, a short, a wiring issue. Many times we find vehicles that have wiring issues where maybe you've been into a minor accident a few years ago and the wiring maybe got exposed at the accident site on the vehicle and it wasn't properly sealed up. Down the road, you could get some wires that turn green, so to speak, and green means they get corroded, and you can have an electrical issue, and we can find it. We have all the test equipment, we have the qualified technicians, and we can present you with the options of what it's going to take to fix. Electrical repairs, we're real good at it. We're kind of known for our electrical repairs, which is a higher level thinking. It's not easy working on a 2022 vehicle that has 35 computers in the car. And that's normal. You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
The days of just, hey, can you check my battery? I would have to say it's a little bit different now. Yeah. Most cars now, Frank, when you put a battery in, you have to reset the engine computers and the body control computers to let the car know that you put a new battery in there. Do you know why? Think about that. Why would you want to have to reset the charging parameters of the vehicle when you put a new battery in? Because it takes less to keep it charged when it's newer.
Right.
As it ages, you're going to have to use a stronger on time of the alternator, which is what charges the battery,
Correct.
to charge it. So as the battery degrades, the charging cycles and duty cycles of the alternator change over time.
Mm.
There's algorithms that the car manufacturers use on our computers to charge the batteries. So just putting the battery in, it might get you on the way, but it's not going to be right. And you're going to have premature battery failure, or you could have overcharging, undercharging. We'd have overcharging if you think about it. Put a new battery in, you're going to be overcharging it because it thinks it's an old battery.
Yeah.
And it's going to be charging at a higher rate. So electrical is something we specialize in. We work on gasoline and diesel and hybrids. Think about that. We do all three, and we're good at it. And our reputation shows that. Doing diesels, and we're famous for it, is a specialty in and of itself. Yes, it's an internal combustion motor, but it runs a lot differently, and there's a lot different technology on a diesel than there is a gasoline-powered vehicle, or for that matter, a hybrid. Diesels have changed. They're highly advanced, highly complex. And one bad move on fixing it can be detrimental to the engine. And you have to know how to deal with it. There's a lot more pollution control devices on a diesel than there are a gasoline car. You have to know how to service that and work on it. If you don't, you could be creating more problems than you're fixing. And at Crown Car Care, we have the equipment, we have the skilled personnel, and you have me.
Yes.
You got me, who's always there overseeing it.
Yes.
Both stores, the hard ones, I'm always involved in. Always.
Sometimes nights and weekends.
Every night and every weekend, darn near, I'm always involved.
Yeah.
And that is comforting to customers.
Yeah.
When they know I'm working on a vehicle, they smile. We have a caller, I think.
I think we do. And you're on the Newsmaker line. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, long-time listener,
Hey.
long-time talker.
How you
Hi.
doing, John?
Hi, fellas.
How are you?
Good. I have one question for each of you.
All right.
Yes.
Actually, Frank, I have one for you, and it's not a question. Thank you very much for your help today.
You're welcome.
I didn't think about paying you. All right. Serious. Hey, Todd.
Yes, sir.
Remember last time we were together, when you were checking over my car,
Yes.
you said I had the wrong battery in there.
Yes, you did.
And I still have that in there.
No, we put a battery in there for you.
Oh, did you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah, that was included in that estimate that I'd given you, and we did. Yeah, we did the struts for your rear hatch. We did the battery, and then we did that taillight lens. Yes, sir.
We got payroll covered for a couple of weeks there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what you had on your vehicle is I believe you had an AGM battery, which is an absorbed glass mat in your vehicle, which isn't what it's supposed to be. It's actually a better battery. You had a better battery, but we put in the correct one.
Well, that's what you want, and that's what you were just talking about, and it took me that long to call.
And actually, I wanted to tell you, if you're ever in the market, I happen to have Toto toilets at my house. If you're in the market, John, for the best toilet that they make, and they flush always, and they never get hardly dirty because of the special finish on them, I'd head over to what they call European Kitchen and Bath. It's over there on Monterey Road.
Yeah.
And they can set you up, John, with any kind of toilet. They have Toto as their specialty. I've been over there. What a great staff of people. And just head over there, and you'll love the experience.
Well, I've been to market to visit the Queen. No, makes sense. I've been to Crown Car Care over there, 42nd and the Turnpike, whatever.
You've been there so many times. One of the chairs has your name on it.
Everything you said it is. So.
Yeah.
Well, there's a chair in our waiting room. You know, our frequent flyers, kind of like at golf courses, they have a name above the bench. Well, we've got your name above one of those chairs.
What, Tiger Woods?
Yes. So fabulous.
All right. I'll let you get back to business, but thanks for reminding me what you did.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And Frank, thanks again.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yep. Bye-bye.
All right.
We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Why don't we take it? You want to take a?
Oh, we've got another caller on the
we
line.
do?
Go ahead, caller. Hello.
Hello, Tim. Hey, Frank.
Hey.
Hi.
You're on the air.
Yay. Well, I know, but I'm just going to say, Todd.
Yes.
Yay, yay, yay. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that
Did you-
great?
Did you get your letter?
I did.
Did
I
you
got
get your letter?
I got 2 letters.
I got my letter.
I got 2
Ooh,
of them.
one for Tamara.
Oh yeah. Well, no, one. There was so many things written on it. They had to put it on 2.
I only had one letter and a page.
It's called.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you. I know. I can't wait to say hello, dirtbag.
Well, it's kind
I
of like
hope I can
I
do
used to
that.
watch the Dukes of Hazzard when I was younger, and Roscoe P. Coltrane used to cuff and stuff him. Is what he would do. I'm gonna cuff and stuff you.
Well,
I
I tell
believe
you,
that's what's gonna
I've
happen.
mentioned this to friends. I have a friend up in Simsbury, Connecticut that built stocks for me. Why don't we build stocks at Crown Car Care
Yeah.
and say, we'll offer him 1 year of being in the stocks with like weekends off.
Yes.
Go back
Yes.
go back to Leroy
Yes.
for,
All right.
and wouldn't that be fun? And Halloween we could have a tomato throw thing on him,
Oh
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, rotten eggs for the rotten dirtbag.
There you go.
Yeah. I like
So
that.
anyway, I'm just so excited. I'm not mentioning anything, but I'm bubbling over.
I bet you
I
are.
went to a pizza place in Palm City. I told Frank this.
Uh,
I saw a detective walking in.
Yeah.
Come here. I just got the call.
Yeah.
Oh man, and he knew about the rental business. He knew about that.
Yes.
Nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
In chemo, nobody knows about it. I've mentioned it without saying anything because I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
But the fact that you know about these things, nobody does.
It's wonderful how
Anyway.
it's a great town and county we live in, and we have great
Oh, and the guy.
we have great
Todd,
public
the cop
officials.
The cop said to me, "Aren't you glad you're in Martin County?" Yep.
Yep.
I am.
Fabulous.
Yeah, we don't want to be in New York or on the border.
No.
Why does Biden have a wall around his house? Did
yeah.
I ask you that?
Yeah.
No.
Why is there a wall around his Delaware mansions and stuff like that? I guess walls work.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a wall around the White House too.
I know, Todd. I know.
Oh,
Well, anyway.
Is it to keep
Yeah, there's
people
good-
out, or
good
is
people.
it to keep people out, or to keep people in? That's a good question on these walls. Sometimes it's
Well,
to keep
I
people
guess
in.
in case they get lost.
I know in a
Yeah,
zoo
keep
it's
it-
to keep
yeah.
people in.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. Well, if anybody has a child that wants to fill in for the next 2 years, we'd be better off,
Yes.
an honors student, 12-year-old. Perfect.
Yes.
Hey, the Martin County Forum guide, Frank,
Yeah.
put her in charge.
There you go.
There.
She's a genius. All right, I'm going to get off the air and Crown Car Care and also Toto over there at John's place, European Kitchen and Bath,
Yes.
Martin County finest flusher.
That's right.
A full
That's
thing.
right. That's
Okay.
right.
Take care, brother.
All right. We'll see ya.
Bye-bye.
All right. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a great new group that's probably sold more hit records in the last year than we have. And also,
You could say that about just about any group.
Western Bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. From the sailors
We're back.
past the town
Listening to that song just it's by Brandywine, isn't it? Is that
Yeah.
who sings it? Yeah.
Well, actually, it's Looking Glass.
Looking Glass, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. One of my
Yes.
favorite songs of
Yes.
all time.
There
It's
it
a
is.
calming song.
It is.
It's wonderful. It's about a sailor that goes out to sea and
Yes.
he falls in love with a girl where he goes to have a drink.
Yes.
And his love of the sea is stronger than his love of the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that is a lot with a lot of people, and I think it extrapolates into life. Actually,
Oh yeah.
sometimes our careers take the best of us.
Yeah.
Right. And
Mhm.
in that case, it did. So
Mm-hmm.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Another thing that we do at Crown Car Care is we do engines and transmissions,
Mm-hmm.
and we specialize in Jasper. If you have a vehicle that needs an engine or a transmission, give us a chance to at least evaluate and give you a good estimate on the services, the warranty, the after the fact follow-up. The nationwide warranty with Jasper is just second to none. There's no one out there that offers it quite like they do, and we're an authorized dealer for their products. We've been that way for years at both my locations. An engine or transmission we can certainly help you with. Many times a vehicle is worth repowering, especially if you know your vehicle and it just happens to have a bad situation where your engine or transmission goes out. The vehicle's paid for. It's well worth it to put maybe $3,000 or $4,000 into your vehicle and get a good transmission and drivetrain back in and up to snuff so you can get back on the road and not have to go crazy with those car payments on these new vehicles. Right?
Yeah.
Jasper engines and transmissions. Another thing that we do is air conditioning. Of course, here in South Florida, we do air conditioning. We not only do air conditioning on your 2005 Caprice Classic, but we also do air conditioning on your 2022 Hyundai, which takes a different type of Freon gas that's in the system. It's called YF1234. It's quite a bit different, takes a different machine. Most repair shops and facilities don't have this machine. It's very expensive. The gas is very expensive, and you want qualified people to work on it because a boo-boo on a 1234 can be costly.
Yeah.
Costly.
Yeah.
And you want it in the right hands. And at Crown Car Care, we can service you at both our locations on Cove Road as well as on 714. Our 1234 on most newer vehicles, it has the 1234, which most people don't know about or aware of.
No.
Right?
They
do not
just
know.
push the button and cold air
Right.
comes out.
But we can fix
Yeah.
both types. Air conditioning. We're very good at it. Whether you need an evaporator, which generally the dashboard has to come out. In fact, we're doing one at our Palm City location as we speak. It's a Buick with the 1234, has an extended warranty, who are paying us to fix. And by the way, I wanted to talk about extended warranties. We honor most extended warranties and work with the consumer or the customer, as the liaison and representative to the extended warranty company, and we get you the biggest bang for your buck. I'm kind of known for being able to get more out of the extended warranty than most can. And if that's what you like, then certainly bring your vehicle to Crown Car Care, either one of our locations, and we can honor and proudly represent your extended warranty company and get you serviced and fixed in a timely fashion. That's Crown Car Care. Extended warranties. We love them. Most places don't love them. I love them.
Sure.
Because I can get you value and get you more than most would from that extended warranty company. Because remember, they're very stingy. And if you don't know the navigational process
Boy.
and the lay of the land, it can be treacherous.
Yes.
Treacherous. And we can help you with that.
Yes.
Another thing that we do is suspension, which goes hand in foot with safety, tire wear, clear vision, which is the steering wheel being straight when you look out the windshield, tracking, handling, braking even comes into play with alignments and suspension. We can do it. And it goes back to that alignment machine that we have, as well as the skilled personnel and the test equipment to be able to analyze and diagnose and make recommendations and service your vehicle. And that's what's key at Crown Car Care. We don't have a higher power that we answer to. We answer to you, the customer. We don't answer to anybody else. We don't have a corporate office somewhere that we have to answer to them and make poor choices because of what they dictate. Nope. We're local, family owned. I live in Martin County. I live right off Canner Highway. I have lived there for 16 years in the same house, and I'm always going to be living here in Martin County. My businesses are here in Martin County, and we think highly of Martin County, and we love all the people that live in Martin County. And we will treat you like kings and queens, roll out the red carpets, and help you with any need that you have. Now, there's some things I can't do. I don't really do interior work. Like if you need a seat restitched or something, that's not what I do, but we can get you to the right people. So
That's good to know.
yeah, I don't do
You know,
everything.
no.
But certain things,
Yeah.
I don't do body work. I used to own a body shop, but we don't do body work and painting like that. A little touch-up work I've done that before for customers, and they love it because I take my time and I really do it well. It's a special occasion, though, for me to do that.
Yeah.
You have to twist my arm and prod me to do it.
Yeah.
But I can do it. Drivability is another specialty that we have at Crown Car Care, both locations. That's how your vehicle runs. Is it buck and jerk? Does it hesitate? Is it stalling out? When you come to a traffic light, does it die? Does the engine shake and the steering wheel shake when you're at a traffic light with your foot on the brake, assuming it's a automatic transmission? Well, your foot's still on the brake if it's a manual. Frank, there's not many manual transmissions out there anymore, are there?
No.
They don't really have them.
Nope.
Kind of going the way of the dinosaur.
Well, when they start charging people extra for a product they used to charge less for,
Yes.
that's when people say, no thanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's the
So
problem.
drivability is one of our specialties. I just talked about extended warranty. That was my number 8 item on the list.
Okay.
Hybrids. That's another thing we can work on, right? I drive one. I have a Hyundai Ioniq. If you've ever seen my car, it's wrapped. It says Crown Car Care. You can't miss it. It's a Hyundai Ioniq. Gets 51 miles at a gallon. Decent vehicle. Haven't had any issues with it. If I did, I'd be able to fix it because I'm hybrid certified. I've been to extensive training in schools, been up to Worcester, Massachusetts, and trained with one of the best trainers in the country. He's a personal friend of mine, Craig Van Battenberg. Great man. Been up there many times. Well, 3 times, actually. And we have the expertise to work on your hybrid, which can be dicey. It's got high voltage. A hybrid has upwards of 600 volts on the battery pack, just like an electric car. Like an electric car. Except it has a gasoline or, is there a diesel hybrid out there? I don't think there are.
Maybe in Europe.
But not here. They don't have them here.
Yeah.
And we can work on your hybrids. So that is the short list of what we do. And let's take a break and we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Okie dokie. All right. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Buick Fauci with built-in GPS that's got you covered wherever you go.
Fauci, I'd like to drive to the bank.
That's a good reason for a mask. Other GPS systems make driving predictable, but when it comes to giving directions, the Fauci can't make up its mind.
Fauci, take me to Macy's.
I don't think we have enough information to do that, quite honestly.
Driving in bad weather is never an issue because the Fauci doesn't follow the science. It follows the teachers' unions.
Fauci, I need to drop my kid off at school.
I totally disagree with you.
The Buick Fauci, the car that's been locking down the competition for over a year.
Fauci.
I like that locking down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, locking down the competition.
And that sounds like his voice sounds like something I know.
Well,
I've heard that voice before.
That is the announcer that they use for Fox News.
Oh,
yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to talk about was, Frank, we're going to do a road test coming up in the next couple of weeks. What were we thinking about? What vehicle were we thinking about doing?
We want to test drive the Ford Lightning, which is the F-150 frame body.
Yes.
With an electric package.
I can't wait to do
Yeah.
it, and we'll report to our listeners what we find.
And for me, the name Lightning is perfect.
It is.
Right. And ironically, a lot of people don't know this, the uninitiated, but that was the product name of an earlier version of the Ford F-150.
Like 1996.
Yeah.
Actually, before then, 1994, 93. They had F-150s that had the Lightning, which was had a 5.8 normally aspirated engine. And then it went to supercharged.
Right.
And they were a high-performance pickup truck, 2-door only.
Right.
3-passenger one, if you can count the one in the middle. And they were offered a long time ago and had a lightning bolt on.
Yes.
It's just ironic that
it is.
It's come to term.
It was brilliant stroke of genius that they did that.
Well, one thing that Ford does that I love is they're proud of their heritage.
Yes.
And that they're known for that.
Yes.
Their heritage. They look at their past and incorporate it into their future.
Yes.
They learn from their past and make it into the future. It's one of the great car companies of America. I think it's one of the treasures of America.
Right.
During all the troubled times in our country, Ford never took loans.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Whereas the other two pilfered the money.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. So we've got about 10 minutes or so.
Sure.
Let's look at some of the other things that are going on.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm just going to rattle a couple things. I wanted to say
go
this.
ahead.
I'm in a business group called Martin County Business Exchange.
I've heard of them.
And there is a fabulous business in there I wanted to
give a shout out
to, and it's Mary Maid, or is it Mary Maids?
Molly
Maids.
Mhm.
Molly Maids. And they are a fabulous organization. They'll come out and clean your house. Jeff, the owner, is a fabulous individual, family man, Christian, just a great guy. And if you are in need of a holiday cleaning, or you've got guests coming in, or you need your house cleaned, call him up.
Yeah.
They'll get you scheduled in right away, and they're the best. They're the best here in Martin County, and they can service you. And they're right over here, right off of their location, which you don't need to know, is right here off US 1 and just about downtown Stewart, or up a little bit in a plaza. Been in business for a long time, and he just does a great job. That's Jeff over at the this cleaning service. Maids. I always say it's Molly Maids.
Molly Maids.
Not Mary. Mary Maids is, I don't even know if that exists. I just said it. It's Molly Maids.
Yes.
But a great organization.
Yes.
Molly Maids. And you can't see, all their cars have wraps on them, and you can clearly identify them. So if you see them out there, honk and wave to them.
Yes.
Yeah. And call up and say, "Hi, Jeff, I want my house cleaned." And he'll do it for you.
Yes.
He'll even come out there. He comes out and sees what you need done at first.
Yeah.
Jeff will himself personally.
Yeah. Yep.
He's involved in his business and a
Yes.
family man.
Yes.
And another great company is a European Kitchen and Bath. If you're looking for some very high quality and not necessarily expensive fixtures, whether it's a bathtub, a sink, or a faucet, or a shower head, go see European Kitchen and Bath. They're right over there on Monterey, right before that big electric billboard that they have there on the corner of Canner and Monterey. They're right before on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
or what's the northern side,
Mhm.
right next to a graveyard. They
Yeah,
are.
they are
Yeah.
quiet neighbors.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. So, couple things that are of interest. Ed Morris, we know about them. They're a dealership
Yeah.
chain.
Yeah.
They bought 3 dealerships in Texas, so they're expanding their
Oh, that's
dealership
interesting. Yeah.
offering.
Wow.
And there's a Redwood Material launches a battery pricing tool. So I don't know who Redwood Materials are, but they are. I think that must be a company that that gives you kind of like a spreadsheet so you can figure out what kind of selection to make in your battery selection. So.
Oh, another thing I was going to say that Crown Car Care can do. Let's say you've bought a used vehicle and you're not the original owner, and you want to know the repair history of your car. If you come into my shop, we can get the real commercial level Carfax at no charge.
And that's different than what I
different. Yeah, it's not. You're not getting all the details.
Wow. So you get the real skinny.
The real skinny, and we do it at our point of sale system has it built into it. So if you come in and say hi to me, and you want to know the history of your vehicle, we can do it for you at no charge.
Sweet.
Yeah, just come in either store. Just say Todd sent you, and they'll do it for you. So, if you bought, a lot of people buy used cars. In fact, if you ever buy a Carvana used car on the internet, I am their exclusive service provider in this area.
Okay.
I have a contract with them. So I fix all their vehicles, and they love us because we fix them.
Right.
Not every car is perfect. Cars always break. And it's nice to know that a big company like Carvana, which is a national company, chose little old me with my 2 shops in Martin County to be their service provider for all the way through Palm Beach County and up through Indian River County. I'm it.
Wow.
I'm it. And you call up and you set your appointment, and we take it from there. Just like I said with extended warranties, you have nothing to worry about. We become your representative, and we take the ball and run with it and get you authorized, repaired, and out the door in a timely fashion. And you don't have to do anything but obviously wait until the car gets fixed. But
right.
And it could be a day, it could be a week. It depends on how big a repair it is, but we always got you covered. And
Nice.
Carvana, if you buy one from that, you know that you're going to go into Crown Car Care. And they're a good organization. They sell good, fair vehicles.
They are indeed.
Yeah.
They are indeed.
They see the commercials all the time on TV. And it's nice to know I'm associated with them.
Yes.
Yep. So, anything else to say?
So we have, we could talk a little bit about an upcoming event that we want to let our listeners know to get ready. We're going to be doing a very exclusive interview.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this
with a gentleman that was very involved in the car industry for another company other than what we normally talk about. But he had some run-ins with the
Japanese police,
Japanese government.
Yep.
And so it's an interesting. There was a movie
made on the situation as well as him.
Right.
And we've got an exclusive. This is a big deal.
Yes.
Listeners, this is a big deal that we're going to be talking with him. And
my guess is because we do record all the shows and we put them up on YouTube.
I bet this thing will blast through the universe.
It'll get a lot of hits, a lot of views.
Yes, it will. And we have the exclusive interview, and we can't wait. And it'll be upcoming. I can't tell you when. It's going to be upcoming, though. And as it gets closer, we'll let you know. It's going to be within, I would say, a month to a month and a half. So within 6 weeks, it'll happen.
Yes.
I believe it's going to be early December, but it could be 3 weeks from now. Depends.
Our buddy John is putting that together for us.
Who was our first caller today.
Yes.
Yeah. John from European Kitchen and Bath.
That's correct. And
in fact, you have a shirt on that says European Kitchen and Bath.
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Crown Car Care is well represented. Also in the studio, you have a Crown Car Care shirt on as well. So that is.
And you know what? Whenever I do a radio show, you know what I come in with. Yes. I always come in with magazines and information. I don't just come on this radio show and just talk. Everything I talk about, I read about and document. I'm
Right.
endlessly reading information about my industry
Mhm.
to better serve not only the listeners, but my customers and my businesses.
Mhm.
And I will say very few do that to the extent that I do.
Right.
It's consuming of me. I do it because I want to. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not because I have to. And there's a difference. I want to.
Yeah, because it's part of your passion.
Yes.
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
So Tesla is produced the 4680 battery.
And they're producing, how many have they produced so far?
So yeah, I'm waiting for it to come up. So
I think like 20 million or something.
20 million. It's just something something just outrageous. But they've really ramped up their production, and this is going to be their workhorse battery, because the other batteries, the original batteries that they were making also in conjunction with Panasonic, I believe.
Yes.
Those batteries look like larger versions of
A D cell battery, right?
well, no, double A maybe. It looks like an oversized double A.
Okay.
Okay. And so the 4680 is more like a D cell.
D cell.
Yeah, maybe a little bit bigger.
So we'll take less of them.
Correct.
Less.
And the energy density they figured
Is
out
stronger.
is better.
Higher.
Yeah.
And that's the key in electric cars is energy density.
That's
It really is.
Yeah.
And that's why electric cars are so darn heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And electric cars, let me tell you, they wear tires like there's no tomorrow.
So they are producing right now from their
Gigafactory.
their
Where's that
gigafactory.
located at, Frank? That
It's in Texas, I believe.
It is.
Yeah.
Isn't there Governor Abbott?
Yes. 625,000 batteries are produced every week.
Wonder how close he is to the border.
Probably far enough away. Yeah.
Think he's got a fence up around that
I
gigafactory?
bet he does.
Think he's got guards?
Yeah.
I bet he does.
We got to go, though.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
We got to
buddy.
disappear.
Yeah.
Till next week.
All righty.
Thanks all for listening. It's been a great show. Having every one of you with us.
right.
Bye-bye.